What's up, everybody? What's going on? Ken Swift over here, you know what I'm saying? Kona, Hawaii, with my man Sato. We're doing a little sneaker science real quick. We're taking it back. You know, the whole situation came about like he wanted to share with me something that he cleans sneakers with, you know what I'm saying? And out of that, that's such a huge topic traditionally. So, you know, we're going to experiment and have some fun with it right now, but also talk about some tradition, because cleaning sneakers was a huge situation back in the days. You know, like a lot of people I grew up with, we didn't get sneakers that much. You know, at 12 years old, 13 years old, 11 years old, your parents most of the time were buying you sneakers. You weren't buying your own sneakers yet. And depending on the size of your family will be, depending on the time you would get another pair of sneakers. So, and most of the time your socks had to be coming out of them for moms, you know, to say, okay, let's get you a pair. And trust me, we had socks coming out of our sneakers a lot of times because we was just rampant in the street, the concrete, you know how it is, the asphalt, whatever you're doing. It don't even have to be dancing. You're gonna put mileage on a sneaker as you're a young kid. Skateboarding, whatever you may do, you're gonna rough up your sneakers. So what we're doing right now, which is interesting, is taking a quick little journey with some sneakers and talking about that. Okay, this is a Pro-Ked right here. This Pro-Ked sneaker right here. This is a throwback from an original that was re-released in the 90s, and but it's the same type of model. You know what I mean? The thing about Pro-Keds back in the days, though, the bottom used to discolor a little bit, and we used to waste them down. We used to waste them down really fast because, you know, whether you in the swimming pool, jumping in the pool with them, whether you on the block running, doing stunts, bike stuff, or breaking, whatever it may be, the thing about the Pro-Keds, it had a serious rubber, so it worked. Now, cleaning the Pro-Ked, that was the issue. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you wanted the bottom to be white. Now, the white bottom sneaker is really interesting because, in a breaking perspective, when you take a dark color and you put, or any color, and you put a white bottom, when you move your feet fast, the white bottom emphasizes. You see the white flash by, and it makes your footwork look dope. That's why I always say breaking a white bottom sneaker, and I always also emphasize that if you do an all black sneaker, you take away from the footwork patterns because you can't really see them. So yeah, initially it was like you get a rag, you get ivory soap, whether it's just a white bar of soap, or you get the liquid dish soap. Get a white rag, not a colored rag, and you just buff them, man. You just start boom. The toothbrush was a #1 thing back in the days. Oh yeah, dude, hell yeah. The toothbrush was like, every dudes carried toothbrushes, and there were two reasons why. Most people carried a toothbrush though for the Puma Clydes or the Adidas Campus, because those were suede sneakers. And if a brother step on your jump off in the front, you know what I'm saying, if you handle the situation in a specific way, or you was in a club, you just buff your joint. A lot of people have to fight over people stepping on sneakers. That's a serious situation. So, you know, a lot of people used to walk with their arms up, or actually try to, you know, keep people away from making the mistake. So yeah, the Pro-Ked was like, you know, you clean the Pro-Ked, the bottom, the white bottom was the main thing. You know, we used to go in the swimming pool with them a lot, so chlorine used to be all over the rubber. You know, like a lot of times the sneakers stay fresh. You know, and then you have the Uptowns and you have the 69s. So the whole thing was keeping the bottom clean. So this actually was very easy to do. It's just a solid, you know, it's a solid white sneaker. If you didn't get grease or oil or something on the bottom, just off right off with the towel, boom, 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 soap, etc. You're good. The only thing about the Pro-Ked on a dance perspective is this back used to rip up. Pro-Ked high top couldn't take, and the low top couldn't take the punishment. Serious football punishment, because you rip the canvas out the back, because there's a lining. There's a lining in the canvas in the back of the sneaker. So
I have this sneaker. It's called the Castro Super Clean Degreaser. This stuff is like actually like a household. It's like a pretty potent like household cleaner thing. It's mainly used for like, you know, like vehicles and engines and whatnot, and, you know, like, you know, rims or whatever. But I discovered that like this shit actually works like really good on like rubber and like, you know, shoes and everything like that. So let me just show to you that if you can see kind of like the soils around the edges and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is the before shoe right here. Okay, right here, like, you know, some of the soils in the back, especially in the back and stuff. And then also with the laces. I'm gonna show you guys how to do the laces afterwards and stuff. But so we're gonna start off with the sides. All you gotta do is just lightly spray it on like that, all around the edges. And then what you want to do is like you just want to kind of let it sit for a little bit. And then all you do is you just get like a wet, damp like cloth with like, you know, it's like soaked in water, and all you do is you wipe that. Okay, hold on, wait, let me see the most soiled area.
Well, it's right off the black, so it's like, you know, it's
right there.
Already.
Can you see that?
Yeah, right. It stands out.
Look at that.
Yeah, I'm wearing those tomorrow night. So
I'm glad I'm able to do this.
yeah, you do one, I'll do the other one. No doubt.
So yeah, so we just do it like this.
You can go right on the canvas too, which is good. Now the issue always is going to be stitching. It's a huge issue with sneakers, and if you notice the white stitching on that sneaker.
Yeah.
Now, what happens when you wet a white stitching, it darkens, and if you push dirt onto the white stitching, you're done.
It'll just be, yeah.
Yeah, because then after that, you're going to scrub it so hard that you're going to rip the stitching, and you're going to mess it up.
Yep. And that's the beauty of this stuff, because like this stuff will actually get it off. Like with the threading and everything, dude, it'll just wipe that off. Like, yeah, right off. All right, so
Right.
we just got done.
You gotta go to
Just do the back.
Napa and get.
I'm like the next Billy Mays.
All right, so by the way, also like spanking your sneakers, you know, spank your kicks is what the terminology was back in the days. You would spank your kicks, which means you would clean them. You know, for the jam, for the weekend,
Right.
for the party, you want to look fly, you would spank your sneakers. So that's a big deal.
That's all I did that.
All right, let me check this out. All right.
Let's get the improval.
Yeah, right on the side profile.
Oh yeah, right on the creases.
Yeah, there's layers in the sneaker.
Yeah.
If you could show that closely, there's a layer that's actually, that's what they're, there you go.
Crispy, crispy.
Damn, that's so
Check out how wide that is.
Oh.
All the way through. So let's show the before and after. So we got the before on this end, and here's the after. Look at that bad boy. You see that? Yeah.
Okay. So this is a really good example because traditionally, you know, we couldn't afford Superstar Adidas yet. Like to get a Superstar Adidas from a Pro-Ked was a step up, a huge graduation from a $16 sneaker, a $13 sneaker to like a $30 pair of sneaker, which is a shell top Superstar Adidas from back in the days. And on that note, what we're going to do now is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shell top. Now the shell top was, when you stepped up to a shell top, it was a big player. Now, there weren't white on white shell tops in the beginning. And I say player, that's a new terminology. Back in the days, you would just, you know, you were a down dude if you had a pair of white on whites. But in general, the first shell tops that I saw Superstars were the black stripe, navy blue stripe, royal blue stripe, red stripe, and the green stripe. And green happened to be my favorite, actually. The green and the royal, I couldn't, you know, and the cherry bomb red, we couldn't really. The red was amazing. So I don't know where it comes to sneaker, and it's definitely a step up from a Pro-Ked or a Converse or a PF Flyer or a Woolworth sneaker, whatever you bought. If it was Specs was out back in the days. There was just tons of sneakers that were cheaper. So you would look at a black, a white sneaker with a black stripe, royal blue, etc. And ultimately, after wearing them for a long period of time, if you broke in them, the main part you damaged was this little section right here. Because when you do footwork, you're using the front corners of your feet mostly, but a lot of people scrape this area. And when you actually scrape this, you had a problem. It was a serious problem. Because now you had to cover that scrape up. The paint gets peeled right off the leather, and you have the raw leather. And when you wet that, it darkens. So you have a dark patch there that doesn't look good. So hence, you know, people try to clean the shell top. It was a durable sneaker, still is. It's a thick rubber bottom. The main aspect to cleaning the sneaker, in my opinion, was that area, and then the front stitching. Now, if you notice, this is a repop of a shell top. I wish I had an original Superstar, but this and the rubber was totally different because this rubber was discolored. It used to get yellow, so did the bottom. But these stitches right here are thread. They're material thread. And once again, if you touch the thread with water, no matter how much soap you put on it, it's moist and it looks dark. So you had to figure out a way that after you clean the sneaker to whiten those threads, because you could tell, a brother could tell your sneakers are old. And you didn't want to, you wanted to, when you went back to school in September, you wanted to go back with it. If you couldn't go with a fresh pair of sneakers, you wanted to take whatever you had and make it look funky and fresh. And that's when, you know, the toothbrush, the scrubbing of the sneaker. Now, the threads are sensitive. So it means if you go hardcore on it, your threads start splicing, then you got these stitches, you got threads running out the front of your thread. Now you can even see more that they used. So you want it to go delicate. I ruined Adidas scrubbing the front, not knowing, and splicing my thread. I learned that way. Me, Dino Rock, Andy, all of us, we learned that way by making mistakes with sneakers.